here.
And you can't teach that stuff. You can't teach that.
You
can't.
You're born with that.
You're just born with it.
Yeah.
What's it feel like to be born with that talent?
You know, I wish I was doing it more. I wish it was on more TV shows and more movies, but that's been my career.
I mean, we have like 7 pages of things that you've been on, so like I'm not sure that's
I'm
true.
greedy. I always want more.
Yep. All right. So Rory Scovel in the house. How long have you been doing? We've seen you on a whole bunch of different, like Scott was just saying, movies, TV shows, different things like that. Comedy also, but comedy started a while ago.
Yeah, I started about 20 years ago. As soon as I got out of college, it took me about a year, and then I got into doing open mics and stuff like that. Moved to DC, got into that, New York City, LA, and yeah, just been hustling.
Do you have a preference? Does something, I don't know, boil the blood more than others, whether it's the screen or the stage or whatever?
I think it's maybe, I don't know, it can be both. You get on stage enough times and you kind of like that you're in charge of your own time, you're like, I show up for an hour and I do my show. That's a great life to have. But then, financially and just artistically, you're like, I don't know, it could be fun to be on a TV show or in a movie. Not that you just get to, but you audition for it. But I will say in stand-up, you have more control. If I want to go do shows, I can go find a stage to do a show. Yeah. If you want to be in a movie, you have to hope to God.
It's tough to find. Well, you got to make your own movie then.
You have to basically write it and make it.
Nobody's putting me in a movie, so I think I'm just going to make my own. Dude, I want to be in a movie.
That's essentially what it is now. You just got to make your own thing.
You kind of got to do it. All right, your special, Religion, Sex, and a Few Things in Between.
Yeah.
Right, that's out.
What are the things in between? That's the question.
Some random stuff.
Okay.
Random things in between. But that came out on Max, and it's available right now to watch. Really proud of it. Loved this.
You seem relaxed in it.
I don't know why you laying on the stage caused such a chuckle, but like that was great.
That's the best.
It's a fun watch. I'm really proud of it.
Where did you tape that?
We did that in Minneapolis.
Okay.
In November of.
God, it had to be cold then.
Yeah, it was cold. It was very cold, and that's how you get people to come into the show.
They come inside.
In summertime, no one's
where is everybody?
This is genius.
That is genius. I didn't think about it.
Oh my God! All this. So you just followed the winter path.
You basically want to work winter. Yeah.
That's why there is no comedy in Miami. By the way,
nothing yet.
That's right. They can't do it. They can't get it off.
You write a book about
Too
that.
much sun.
Are you an author yet? What's going on? I'm sure there's some
love
authoring.
to be. No, I honestly, I just said this earlier, but at 44, I feel like I've just discovered reading for myself. So yeah, I can't even imagine actually writing a book now that I'm finally reading them. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And what are you picking up? What kind of books are you reading?
I just read the book James, which I highly recommend, and I just read the book Martyr, which I highly recommend. And these are 2 books that were recommended to me from the comedian Anthony Jeselnik. He reads about 80 books a year, and he advertises at the end of the year his top 10 of the year. And I was like, you know what? I don't ever read. I'm going to go grab some of these books and actually see if I like them. And I'm not going to lie, I absolutely loved them. For everyone watching, I highly recommend those 2 books.
He's doing book reviews.
He's doing it.
Yeah, now doing book reviews.
This is an author. You'll see. Next time you're on, he's going to, here's my book. Here's
you got to pivot. You got to be ready to pivot.
All right. How was it working with Amy Schumer?
It's great. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That had to be lots of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
She is crazy and fun.
I've known her for a very long time, and she is crazy. She is fun.
Yeah.
But you don't get that far in this business if you don't know how to take charge. And so she's a captain on that set.
Yeah.
She's running the show.
I feel like she's just also whatever she wants to do, whenever she wants to do it. She seems like that. I mean, that which is, of course, talent. You delivering that line that we heard at the beginning? Crazy talent. Being able to just kind of take it and run.
Yeah. You start to realize, and she realized this early on, in self-employment, in entertainment, in art, at some point you just have to take the reins and realize that it's your job to create your own opportunities, and she's incredible at that.
Did you see her step into a dance routine at an
I saw
NBA
that.
game?
Yeah.
She just stepped. She came out of it.
She did.
And
it was sort of a reenactment from the ending of Trainwreck. Yeah, but it was great. Yeah,
and legit. She was great. Of course she was.
Of course she was.
Just like you.
All right. Other movies, Physical. We saw at the beginning. Coming into you, we saw Babylon. You were the Count.
Yeah.
So these are other. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Do you like that more than the comedy, or you're like, hey, I love it. I love
them both. I love doing both of them. There is something about live performance and getting to connect with an audience each night and get to just, speak freely on a stage about stuff that you think is funny. And then it's also fun to challenge yourself and see if you can fill a role and actually, be in a scene with Will Ferrell or Reese Witherspoon and try to, hang with them. That's a fun challenge,
For sure. Are you a crowd? Are you a crowd interaction? action guy.
Not so much. Not in the way that it's become wildly popular in the stand-up world now. But I'm not opposed to that. But my shows are not necessarily kind of going to the crowd and trying to get information from them and building a show. Mine's just like doing the set. I like to improvise a lot just off the top of my head.
Clever is what they call your type. Clever.
Yeah. That last movie was You're Cordially Invited with Will Ferrell. That had to be a trip working with that.
That was super fun. That's actually out now on Amazon, and strangely enough, we shot that like a year and a half ago, and it's finally has now hit the streamers, so you can go check it out on Amazon. That was amazing. We shot that in Atlanta. We were there for 2 months, and working with someone like Will Ferrell is surreal.
Our producer Kelly was saying in her ear, and she just watched it last night.
Yeah, she just watched it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We you walk into a scene, or you walk on a set into a scene, and Will Ferrell is there, and you know that he's going to go off the cuff, and you know that he's the king. And also, like, for me, he was a member of my favorite SNL cast. Of course. I got to say, it's massively surreal to have grown up in South Carolina, deciding to tell jokes for a living, and then find yourself in these situations where you like to believe like I'm good enough to be here, but then also there's that other part of you that's sort of watching from the side, going like, "Wow, this is crazy." That's like,
how is this happening? Yeah. But Will, just because he's obviously phenomenal, but he's taken this path. You're there, so he's probably looking at you going, God, this guy's amazing.
I'm not going to lie. He is wildly supportive.
Yes.
He's an incredible person. He's very kind, and he's looked out for me. I am very grateful to have him as a friend.
You mentioned where your hometown is. Did you get to go back? You get to spend? Do you even like going back? I don't know.
I don't mind going back. No, I have a lot of family there. I'm one of 7 kids. I'm the second oldest, and 4 of my siblings are still in South Carolina. Yeah, and I've got some aunts and uncles.
Second oldest, there seems to be a lot of pressure associated with that. You got to set the tone.
No, second oldest, you get to just stay out of the way. You know what I mean? You're the vice president. You're like, I'm just over here.
Yeah, the old guy or old gal, she's the one that's taking the.
I don't got to do anything.
Brother and sister, exactly. All right, I also read a little something too that you play a little sports. You did back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, and you took it to the highest level.
A footy guy.
Yeah, I tried to. When I graduated college, I intended to try and go as far as I could in soccer, and the problem was I immediately got out of shape and decided I want to do something else.
Yeah.
So naturally, and I know you guys know this, you just shift into spoken word.
Right.
That's exactly what you do.
Less moving.
There's less
more
moving,
talking.
and you get to finally talk. There's no exercise. No one challenges you to be in shape.
No.
Like, as long as you have a voice, you're fine.
You don't have to run and talk.
Yeah.
No, people running for hours at a time. I'm like, I don't even like driving for hours at a time.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't want to chase a ball around the field.
What position though in soccer were you?
So my whole life I was right wing, and then when I got to college, my freshman year, I was on the bench. The guy playing right back, blew out his knee. Game 1, coach was like, "Do you know how to play right back?" I was like, "I do," and so he put me in, and then I was there for 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No other position. So
that's how it works.
Yeah.
The Punchline here in Sacramento. Can't wait tonight. You got tomorrow. You got Saturday as well too. Have you seen the inside of this one? Have you been to this one?
It's been about 10 years, so I haven't. I know it's been fixed up and redone.
Yeah, massive changes that you probably won't be able to tell. And the mattress store is still there, so you are going to be rocking.
That was in part of my contract.
In the rider.
I have to be near a mattress store.
Just in case you need a nap.
Between shows.
That is a lot of shows. A mid-show nap seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think you're right. I agree with that.
Right? Absolutely.
Nap time.
Anything else on the horizon? Like, is there another movie? Are the agents calling you? Are you auditioning?
It's all that. I'm going out with my own stuff. I'm trying to work on a movie now that is something to work on with Will Ferrell. I'm trying to go out with a TV show. I'm putting together a new hour of stand-up that if anyone comes out to the show tonight or this weekend, they'll get to see the start and the birth of that. But I also paint a lot, and I'm starting to sell those paintings as prints online with MoonlightArtCollective.com. We're doing it all.
He's like, I'm clearly an actor and a comedian and all these. I'm going to start painting and being an artist as well. Yeah. And I'm going to dominate that.
I feel so bad about myself.
Seriously.
I don't know what is going on.
I can't even drink like water.
You're supposed to hold it by this. I'm holding it by this. I don't even know how to hold the cup.
Honor to meet you, man. We've been a fan of yours for a long time. Fun to finally meet you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for gracing the show a little bit. And look, the weather is going to be terrible.
I've noticed. I've already noticed.
You are set.
Yeah, I brought that in. And I said, let's get some water going.
It's the winter pack.
Yeah. Well, South Carolina's pretty warm, so there's probably no comedy down there.
Yes,
right?
That's
it's got to be cold.
Anywhere it's warm, no one's telling any jokes.
No jokes whatsoever.
very sad and gloomy wherever it is warm.
Yeah.
Don't go to San Diego. It's terrible down there.
Yeah.
Punchline Sacramento is where Rory's going to be tonight, 7:30. Friday, Saturday, 7 and 9:50. That's a lot of show.
It's a lot.
That's a lot
They
of
really
joke.
should cut that in half. That would be perfect for me.
Take a nap.
It's going to be lots and lots of fun.